Now, example 20 is the last thing we're going to be looking at. Find in gradient intercept form the equation of the line which passes through A and B. So we get given two coordinates. Different thing is, if we look at example 18 and 19, it gives us one coordinate and the slope, the gradient. However, this one doesn't give us a slope. But the thing is, we should be able to figure out that slope. Right? You should be able to figure it out. How? Well, you know the slope formula. What does m equal? You should be able to recall this formula and use it. Right? How do we figure it out? Well, first thing, I'm going to label my axes. So, x1, y1, x2, y2. Remember that? Labeling variables? That's first. Right, next thing, I have to put them in. y2 is 5, y1 is 3, x2 is -2, take x1 is 1. So all I have to do is solve it. 5 take 3 is 2, -2 take 1 is -3. Now, remember, I don't like having negative on the bottom, so I can rewrite this as -2/3. So I've got my m. What I have to do now is, I've got my m, I have 2 points. So technically out of those 2 points, I can just choose one to do this equation. Y take b, x take a equals m. Let me just double check that equation, I can't even remember it. Here we go, y take b divided by x take a is m. So always just double check it. Right, so what we're going to do now is sub those in. So remember, y and x stay the same. What we do want to sub in is the b and the a. So I'm going to choose a as my point to use. This one's a, this one's b. So my b is going to be 3, a is going to be 1. This should equal my gradient, which is -2/3. We found it over here. Right, well, now all I have to do is solve it for gradient intercept form. That's pretty easy. All I have to do, remember, is move this x take 1. So I need to make sure it's times on the other side. So I've got -2/3 times y, x take 1. Right, what I'm going to do is expand that bracket. So y take 3 equals -2x. So -2 times -1, that's +2 divided by 3. Before I move on, what I might do is split this fraction. So y take 3 is -2x divided by 3 plus 2/3. Remember, I can split fractions. I can add fractions. I can also split fractions. Right, all I have to do is to get rid of that -3, which is +3 to get rid of. So +3. Therefore, my y is going to be -2x plus 3. Right, and then I have to add these ones together. I can use a calculator. 2/3. 2/3 plus 3. That is going to be 11/3. So plus 11/3. There you go. That's my equation done. So my equation, gradient intercept form, is done. Right, so once you do that and copy all the example down, make sure you do copy it because it's going to help you with these questions. Alright, so I'm going to highlight a couple of them, and I want you to do those. It'll be very important for you. Maybe just do one of them. I really don't mind which one you choose, but I've highlighted the hardest one for you to practice. Right, so have a looking at this equation and converting it into a general form. So maybe try these ones, look a bit tricky, so try these ones. 5 is probably a good thing to try if you're aiming more than a 3-4 kind of thing. If you want to be aiming for a 3-4, there's probably some good questions. 6, 7, 8, these are all probably really good questions for you to try if you're extending yourself more than a 2, right? These basic questions are all over here where you're just asked to do something, a calculation. These are basic 1-2 questions. Everyone should be able to do that. But these harder questions where you have to read and figure out what they want you to do and find it out, those are your harder questions. So make sure, if you're those people that want to be aiming for more than a 2, make sure you try those, right? And ask.